The book is called If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies. What's the it you're talking about?
We're talking about smarter than human AI, and super intelligence in particular. We define a super intelligent AI as one that is smarter than the smartest human, better than the smartest human at every mental task. So, better than the best chess player at chess, better than the most charismatic politician at being persuasive, better than the smartest mathematician at solving math problems. If you had an AI that had all of these mental skills, clearly things would get wild in various ways, and we could discuss the implications. Quite probably things get wild before then, right? It's sort of like saying, if you dropped a 500-ton weight on a chicken, the chicken would die. Well, I'm not saying that, smaller weights won't do. I'm like, this weight is definitely big enough.
This book came out 6 months ago. It feels like this very conversation has sped up quite radically in the last 6 months since it's come out. How have the developments that you've seen either ratcheted up your concern or diminished them?
I think in the last 6 months, I've gotten more hopeful, and that's due to seeing more and more people start to understand these issues, including world leaders. I was invited to the Munich Security Conference this year, which is that conference where you see, Marco Rubio addressing Europe about this, that, and the other. And, mostly no one wanted to talk to me about the dangers of AI there, but there were a couple people there who pulled me aside and said, I have worries about this stuff, and I'm glad you're here. It's progress. People aren't totally awake to the issue, but they're sort of like talking about it more. And I haven't really gotten more or lless hopeful about what happens if we rush into superintelligence with no idea what we're doing. That problem looks pretty bad. But the book title starts with if, and I've gotten more hopeful about avoiding that if.
Do you think people are more attuned to your argument, almost paradoxically, because they've pushed and adopt? I mean, you think about the people at the Munich Security Conference, because they sort of embraced this adoption agenda and they're now using these tools more. Therefore, they now see the power of them in a way they didn't before. Like, is there something that's happened there because we've all started using them in our lives?
So I think AI makes people uncomfortable as a topic. It makes a lot of people uncomfortable, even if it's very useful and helpful today for a lot of tasks. I think people are starting to catch a glimpse of the writing on the wall, that we're going to crazy town. There's sort of like no way to build smarter and smarter AI and have things go back to normal. And I think a lot of people respond to that discomfort by saying, the tech can't go anywhere. It's all slop. It's still dumb. It's just regurgitating what humans say. And I think that gets harder and harder to hide behind as the tech gets better. And we're starting to see that shift.
It does feel that way, doesn't it? That once someone has used a model that engages with agents, for example, I think their feeling of what is potentially possible changes quite dramatically and almost instantly. Do you see that happening too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen a number of people who, use the latest models, deploy some agents, and then say, oh my gosh, I'm scared now.
You can see the future, yeah, in a way, or you see the potential future, I suppose.